Hello, everybody. Hope your morning has been going well so far. And here we are once again, back with our good old Doki Doki Blue Skies. So, if you all remember, last time was Halloween. That was interesting. A little spooky. Oh, gotta do my thing that I have to do every time, annoyingly enough. But there we are. So, we have gotten through Halloween. In the other two routes, the Halloween would be exactly the same, hence why in the settings menu there is a skip Halloween option. I know I brought this up a few times, but it's just nice that the option is there, just so you don't have to go through it again, because no matter what, it is exactly the same. And after a while, it's just kind of, okay, let's hurry it along, hurry along. You can just nix it entirely in subsequent playthroughs, which is nice. And they don't really refer back to Halloween much after this, hence the title of my stream. So I think it's only maybe one or two, I don't know, maybe like one or two times they kind of briefly bring it up, but then never again. And then even then, it's only really our character bringing up while talking in his head. So just in, the narration. And it's mostly of, yeah, let's try and forget about that kind of thing. Because it was pretty spooky. But anyway, we're going to continue on through the Yuri route. We are still in Act 2. I can't remember when these acts end. I cannot remember when they start, in all honesty. It's been that long since I played, so I'm still kind of going blind here. Alright. So we'll load up our save, and we'll continue on. Man, it's late in the morning. I'm glad that there's no school today. Feels weird sleeping in this late from doing something besides playing games. I was up until at least 1 in the morning just reading. It isn't incredibly often, but I found myself reading more lately. It started when I found out I was getting tired of playing the same games over and over. The monotony of just logging in, playing, winning some, but losing more just felt so unsatisfying. While there were some people who I'd play with every once in a while, we hardly talked about anything except the games. The session would usually end with someone getting irritated and leaving anyway. With books, on the other hand, I can open and close them even at school and pick up where I left off. Plus, I don't have to rely on Wi-Fi to read books. Even up until just recently, when I read for classes, it felt really forced. I still feel that way when I have to read something dry and boring like a textbook. But it's different when I get to pick something to read that's genuinely interesting. I wonder if I'd feel the same way about games if I were forced to play them for class. While I want to dismiss the idea of disliking games altogether, I feel like I'd get tired of anything real quick if it were forced on me. Very true. A stomach growl interrupts my morning ruminations. Looks like it's time to grab some breakfast. My morning routine finished, I settled down at my desk. I should probably do some homework. What the? English is one seriously weird language. What's wrong with English? They're over there with their family. They're over there with their family. I should really come up with better weird English things than just continually using the there example. How do kids learn to speak it in the West? You know what? I think it's time for a break. Most of my homework is done anyways, so it seems like a good time to take a walk. Man, the gray clouds are really looming today. Hopefully it doesn't rain. You gonna bring that umbrella with you this time? Oh no, sorry, you gave that to Yuri. I forgot. Maybe go back and get an umbrella just so you don't get sick again, dumbass. Game Baron is an idiot. Well, more of an idiot than regular Baron. Although, where am I going? I don't really have a destination in particular. I guess I'll walk around for now and see what catches my eye. I end up wandering near a shopping center. Wait a minute. Looks like there's a bookstore here as well. Maybe I can ask Yuri to check it out with me sometime. But in the meantime, a sweet smell catches my attention. Smells like freshly baked pastries. I wouldn't mind grabbing something sweet right about now. Seems like a quaint little bakery's the culprit of the fragrance permeating the air. And are those Sayori and Natsuki sitting outside? All the more reason to take a look at the bakery. I like how we actually do get a lot of the other girls, even on a specific girl's route. I mean, this is just an entire... This is the second entire scene that did not have Yuri in it at all. We had the whole, day out with Sayori and Natsuki, and now here we are on our own and run into them again. So far, honestly, I kind of like that so far about this mod, because there are moments where you're just away from the girl whose route you're on. It's not just every single scene you're either alone or with them, and then everyone else kind of sprinkled in during scenes with you. No, it's... You're people. You're gonna not see each other every freaking day. Hey guys, fancy meeting you here. Huh? Oh, hi Baron. Also, my god. Yes. Different outfits that aren't their, normal casual outfits. And not their school uniforms. Is it right? Yes, right click brings the text box down. Okay, let's just look at those for a minute. I love how Sayori's sweater isn't even tucked in all the way. That's just her to a T. And Natsuki's just perfectly bundled up. God damn it, I fucking love coats like that. That shit's cute. Oh yeah, even Yuri had a different outfit when we met her randomly at the graveyard while trying to think of a Halloween poem. She had like a trench coat kind of thing on. So yeah, we do have some original sprites. I mean, they're in the same poses, but they got new clothes on, and that doesn't look terrible at all. Like, just kind of, alright, just kind of Photoshop their head on a different person's body kind of thing. Like, that's not bad. Like, that's actually really good. Though I will say Sayori's neck looks a little weird. Now I'm gonna have to look. Now every time I see her in the other outfits, I'm gonna have to pay attention. Is her neck always like that? She's got a bit of giraffe neck going on there. I mean, even just talking about the different outfits, all the Halloween costumes. Oh my god, those were good. Those were really good. Like, the two I think were the best were Yuri's and Monica's, in all honesty. Those were really goddamn good. Okay, continuing on. Two of them were seated at a small corner table. Natsuki's holding a couple of cream puffs to herself rather possessively, while Sayori's munching on 3 giant cookies. Would she be doing anything else? It seems like a pretty nice place. Now I've already forgotten Natsuki, damn it. Somehow, I always forget how to do the voice for my favorite girl of all time here. Like, god damn it.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, that'll do.
They have some really great sweets, like their vanilla cake. And the giant chocolate chip cookies are super yummy.
Sayori practically unhinges her jaw to take another bite of a cookie.
I'm surprised to see you out of the house. What brings you here? Stalking girls in your free time?
Nah, the scent of sweets called my name. Plus, I needed to take a break from homework. There's only so many equations that I can look at before my head starts spinning. Not to mention, English as a language is a nightmare to learn.
I seriously don't get why we have to learn stuff like Algebra 2 and Calculus. Unless we're doing something really math-related for our jobs, I doubt we'll ever use this stuff. Well, at least English is pretty useful.
I mean, I guess.
Hey, why don't you grab something to eat already?
Sounds like a plan. I glance up at the menu as I make my way to the counter. Looks like this place has a variety of teas as well, including oolong tea. I really should learn about other types of tea too. Oolong is the only one I know Yuri drinks. Nevertheless, I'm sure Yuri would like this place. On top of teas, they have cakes, donuts, croissants, bagels, pastries ranging from sweet to sour, and pretty much everything bread related. Who wants a sour pastry? That feels wrong. No, then again, there is such thing as hot pepper bread and lemon bread and melon bread and all this other kind of stuff. So who knows? Japan has a lot of interesting kinds of food. And I mean interesting. Guess I'll just have that chocolate cake and orange-infused black tea. I have some chocolate brownies that look really good as well. But with my exercise habits, they're probably way too rich for me. I set my tray down with a clatter once I get back to our table.
So, what you get?
I went with the chocolate cake and black tea.
Not Yuri's oolong tea, then?
Yeah, to be honest, I think it's still a little too bitter for me.
All tea is bitter. It's only good after you add tons of sugar in it.
It's definitely an acquired taste. On another note, this cake looks really good though. The chocolate cake is thick and dense, with 3 layers of different kinds of chocolate in between the cake. Oh my god. My mouth is watering just reading that. Just looking at this is giving me a sugar high. I call it the brownies rich. On the other hand, the tea is rather bittersweet, with a hint of orange cutting through the bitterness of the tea. As I pick up my fork, I notice Sayori eyeing my cake. To be fair, it is a rather large slice. I take a chunk out of it with my fork, trying to balance all the layers on it. Taking a bite, the sweetness is not as overwhelming as I thought it would be. Instead, it feels like it's incredibly thick. Instead, it feels like it's incredibly thick. The dark chocolate enveloping my tongue and the fudge melting in my mouth. Stop making me want chocolate cake. The girls look at me as I grin like an idiot.
You're making such a funny face, Baron. Yeah, really funny looking. Hey.
This is some good cake, Natsuki. Sayori keeps on staring at the cake. Hey, Sayori, you want a bite?
Of course!
She takes her fork and takes a chunk of a part that I didn't touch. Take a chunk out of a part that I didn't touch. Okay, yeah, there we go. Can't read still. You want some too, Natsuki?
Are you sure? Come on. You want me to get fat trying to eat all of it myself? You're already out of shape as it is. No need to have you packing on the extra pounds.
She takes a chunk of the cake and eats it. If you eat some more, maybe you'll be as big and strong as me someday. She's stuck between wanting to insult me and taking her time to choose so she doesn't choke. This feels pretty satisfying to watch. Sayori, on the other hand, has been awfully quiet. Sayori? Looks like Sayori took another chunk of my cake while I was focusing on Natsuki. Her mouth's filled with cake. You're so cheeky sometimes. You trying to prep for winter now?
I don't appreciate you calling me fat.
That's my best impression of food in my mouth when I don't have food in my mouth.
Sayori, chew your food with your mouth closed like a normal person.
A moment passes and Sayori finishes the mouthful of cake.
I don't like it when you call me fat.
Yeah, that's rude, bro. Sayori, you literally have 3 giant cookies in front of you, and I let you take a chunk of my cake already. Scratch that. 2. his face. I love it. She really knows how to put food away. At this rate, you might as well sign up for the sumo club while you're at it. Okay, you're taking it too far. Game Baron, you're going too far. Tone it down, buddy.
They have a sumo club?
I wouldn't be surprised if they did. And if they don't, you could be its captain.
But then I'd have to leave the literature club. Yeah, I think I'll pass. Besides, who would want to watch a bunch of dudes in skimpy belts push each other around inside of a ring? Sounds super gross and sweaty.
It's a respectable sport. I'm pretty sure you have to have a fair amount of muscle to do it as well. Yeah, they're big, but they're also pretty strong. If I remember right, to get as big as they do, they're on a very, very specific diet that lets them gain that, get to that size, while also being, you know, actually pretty damn strong. So, I mean, they're able to push each other around and have trouble doing so, while also keeping themselves firmly planted on the ground and not moving. It's a thing. Or at least, from what I've seen on TV, it seems a lot more than fat people having a shoving contest. Plus, you need to have good balance if you don't want to fall down and lose.
Maybe you should write a sumo-inspired poem if you like it so much.
Two men in a ring. A battle of wills and pride. Guts overrides fear. I give a mock bow.
That's better than what I expected from you. Far from being as good as one of my poems, though. Did you make up that haiku on the spot?
Nope. I heard it on a show. Yep, totally. Definitely a Baron original. The way Natsuki shoots me a glare doesn't reassure me that they're convinced. Anyway, that cake was pretty good. Or the parts that I had were good.
Hey, I should get going soon.
Got exams to study for?
You could say that, yeah.
She looks off to the side, obviously not thrilled with going home to study. Looks like I should get going too. Sayori, you want to walk back home with me?
Sure, that sounds like fun.
I quickly wolf down the rest of my food as the others begin packing up. Since I'm here, I might as well grab something to take home too. Hold up one sec. I gotta grab something to take home.
Okay. I guess I'll see you all later then.
See you in the club, Natsuki. What's going on with Natsuki? We wave goodbye to each other as I head back to the counter and buy 2 more slices of chocolate cake to go. Alright, let's go, Sayori.
Alrighty.
Ah, her sweater is cute. Yeah, it is. Hey, Jen, how's it going? Good? I'm glad to hear. that we decided to skip out on doing more homework, go for a walk, and just happened to find Natsuki and Sayori, which is nice. So we just had a nice little snack break with them. That's what I'm liking so far about this mod too. You're still having scenes with the other girls. You're not a 100% with just you're on this girl's route. You're only going to be interacting with this girl. So that's it's already a good sign there. I haven't talked to Sayori as much as I'd like to lately, and this is a good excuse to do so. Especially since exams are coming up and are gonna eat up a lot of my time. So, you think you'll do alright with everything?
With what?
Also, if you didn't notice, Jen, she doesn't even have her sweater tucked in all the way. That's like so Sayori. She just kind of threw it on, like half tucked. It's like good enough. French tuck. Is that what that's called? The French tuck? Tansan would be proud. Okay, I'm clearly missing out on something. Explain, please. A whole thing in Queer Eye Season 2? Okay. Okay. Yeah, clearly never watched that show, so... That's why I wouldn't know. Tan was obsessed and told literally every participant to do it. Everyone do a French tuck. Do the French tuck. For season 3, everyone was making fun. That's kind of funny though. It tries to get everyone to do this one thing one season, and now it just becomes a joke the next one. Like that's a good natural joke to come about. For a moment, it almost looks like Sayori's a little shaken, but she quickly dispels that with a smile. You know, with exams and all that.
Oh, yeah. I think I'll be fine. Monica's been helping me here and there, too, so you got nothing to worry about.
That's good. Just make sure to take care of yourself. No point in cramming if you end up sleeping in and missing all your exams.
Yeah.
Sayori kicks a rock on the sidewalk a few feet in front of her. It clatters away, bouncing into the asphalt road. Is something up?
Oh, I'm just a bit tired since I ate a lot.
That makes sense. Yeah, she had, in our character's, in Game Baron's words, she had 3 giant cookies and 2 bites of our chocolate cake. So she's sweeted out. Considering how many cookies and pieces of cake you had, it's no wonder you're exhausted. Just make sure to eat something good every once in a while, okay?
Says the guy carrying 2 slices of chocolate cake.
Okay, you got me there. Well, how about this? I hand Sayori a bag holding one of the slices of cake.
Eh?
Now we can be fat together. Jesus Christ, man. Plus, I wanted to thank you for taking care of me when I was sick before Halloween.
together. That'd be really nice, Baron. Thanks for the cake.
Maybe I should try playing a sport like Monica. Otherwise, everything is probably gonna catch up to me sooner or later. Damn it.
I'd like to see Monica beat you in tennis.
We arrive in front of Sayori's house. Considering how she's looking so glum, she must be having a stomachache. Oh well. She'll be fine once everything gets digested. I'll catch you later, Sayori.
See ya.
I sigh as I head back into my house. Well, back to the grind. Yeah, she just has a stomachache, Baron. That's totally only what she has right now. Oh my god, you fucking showed up again! He hasn't shown up in so goddamn long. I almost forgot Sakurai, existed. And, oh, yeah, talking about, Germany. And how their money was worth nothing. It was better to burn it than to spend it. I can't even remember what kind of voice I gave him. And with so many Reichmarks floating around, hyperinflation became a real issue. Money was more or less useless. Like Monopoly money? I suppose that's one way to see it. We'll call it there for now, guys. And that marks the end of another lesson. On to more important news. Yay, it's lunch. It's time for lunch. I quickly check my bag. Oh, god damn it. Of course I forgot my lunch. Good job, idiot. With a sigh, I start making my way to the vending machine in the hallway. A soft tap on my shoulder causes me to spin around.
Hey, Baron.
Yo, Sayori.
Wanna come sit with us?
She motions back to Monica and Yuri standing to the side. They're all carrying their own lunch boxes. From my stomach's grumbles, I'm pretty sure it's jealous of them. Maybe a good conversation with them can help distract me from my hunger? Sure, sounds good to me. Ah, back to actual Doki Doki music. Haven't heard the real stuff in a bit. A few minutes later, we find ourselves on the roof. I don't know what makes the roof such an attractive lunch spot. Maybe it's the refreshing breeze? Either way, I'm pretty glad no one started locking the rooftop door yet. Huh. That's strange. Where's Natsuki? Oh yeah, time for British Monica.
Oh, she texted me to say she wasn't feeling very well, so she didn't come in. Anyway, how are you holding up with exams coming up?
Well, I'm not thrilled with the whole idea of exams. I think I'll do well enough on them. What about you guys?
With any luck, I'll do well. Cram school sure helps keep me on track. Monica, you don't even need any luck. You're probably going to be first in our year as usual. And the probability that your grades are purely based on luck is infinitesimally small. Fuck!
I'm glad I'm getting Yuri's route done first. I feel like she's gonna use the larger words I'm gonna trip up on. Thanks for the support, guys. How are you doing your studying, Yuri?
You know how it goes. Studying isn't the most absorbing activity in the world, but we do what we must. Yuri, I'm surprised you actually dislike reading something. Well, it's just because I don't complain, it doesn't mean that I like it. There are plenty of books that I dislike for one reason or another.
Like what?
Just books that are poorly written or clumsily thought out themes.
Huh. It's kind of weird knowing that Yuri actively dislikes something. Other than manga, that is.
Anyway, what about you, Sayori? How are you doing in your exam preparations?
Sayori looks away, her half-smile not exactly emanating confidence.
I think I'll do fine. Some of my classes are pretty easy for me, like Japanese.
Let me guess. You're not so excited for the STEM subjects? What the fuck is a STEM subject? Science, something, English, math? I don't know. Science, technology, engineering, mathematics. Okay. Okay, I had a feeling. Alright, yeah, that's fair. I mean, whoever looks forward to those kind of exams? Generally speaking. I never said,
Oh, goody! A math exam!
no. I was like, science? Fucking kill me. Technology and engineering? Not too bad. The other two, though, oh. Yeah, that's it for my tea. There, backup drink is set and ready.
Yeah. I'll be fine, though. I just gotta study more, and it should be okay.
Well, that's good. Out of the corner of my eye, I catch Yuri staring at me. Not one to back down, though. I turn to stare back at her. What's that gonna accomplish? What's up, Yuri? She quickly looks down, her face reddening. Reddened. What? Reddened? Reddened? That feels clunky. That is correct and is a real word. That word? Blah, blah, word. I can't. No speak. Reddened? I'm probably just saying it wrong like a dumbass. So, best friend Google. Help me.
Reddened.
Oh, reddened. Yeah, I'm just saying it like a dumbass. I know it means blush. I know it means she's blushing. I've just been pronouncing it totally wrong the whole time. Reddened. I was making it too complicated. I'm sorry, but you're like, why words? I mean, you've been here long enough. You know, that's what I always say. I always trip up on the words, especially big ones. I mean, this one isn't big at all. I made it more complicated than it needed to be. That was all my fault. I can't even speak now. Wonderful. Sometimes it's easier reading things in my head than reading them aloud. Okay, part of the reason I like Natsuki is because she does the simpler words. Okay, it's... Yeah, okay, I know it sounds sad. Okay, I'm well aware. Very well aware of that, okay? Like, not... Okay, I'm not great with reading some things, okay? Try as I can. Me over here identifying as Natsuki is... Is that why guys... Rhetorical... Okay. 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 Yeah, okay, rhetorical. Alright, let's continue on. She quickly looks down, or her face reddened. Oh my gosh, she's so goddamn nervous all the time. Now I forgot the context of why. Oh yeah, she was staring at me, I stared back and asked her what's up. That's right, that's right, that's right.
Nothing. I noticed you didn't bring your lunch.
Oh. That's because I don't have one today.
Eh? Did you forget your lunch again?
Hey, what do you mean by forgot? It's not like my mom packs my lunches anymore. Why didn't you buy anything then? Lines would probably have been too long. Guess you're starving today then, eh? Yep. Guess so. I sigh. They've all unpacked their own lunches already. The food looks more tantalizing, given that I have nothing in front of me. As expected, Yuri's brought a homemade bento, while Sayori has 2 rice balls. Meanwhile, Monica packed what looks like a club sandwich. Man, this is torture. Oh. It looks like they want to do something about it. The 2 of them.
Hey, Baron.
That's as best I'm gonna do for double talk. I just kind of swap their voices for each word. girls look at each other bemused.
You go first, Yuri. All right. Baron, would you like a bite of my lunch? I'm not very hungry anyway.
Not just pick your favorite. I mean, doesn't two people speaking at once doesn't happen too often, so. Yeah, it's not something that comes up very, very often, so I don't really have a plan for it. Whatever happens, I just figure it out as it happens. I mean, I know I've done very quickly both of them saying it. It's like I do one person saying it and then immediately switch to the other one. I've also done one person says it, give a bit of a pause, then the other. Sometimes I think I've just skipped the line entirely. Yeah, I'll work on it a little more. I'll work on a better plan for that. Are you sure? I've gone without lunch before, you know. I say that, but I'm still hoping she shares her lunch with me. That braised pork belly in her bento looks delectable.
Yes, I'm sure. Here.
She picks up a bite of food using her chopsticks and offers it up to me. Are you gonna feed me? Hot. Me and my friend. Startled look flashes over Yuri's face. Did she really not realize what she was doing? Too late. Can't take it back now. I chomp down on the mouthful of food that Yuri's holding. The taste of tenderly cooked meat and lightly aromatic rice flood my mouth. Suffice to say, it's good. She holds it. Yeah, too late. Chomp. Oh my god. The absolute, like, confidence and charisma of this man to just go for it. Oh, you're holding it up for me. Make a joke. Fuck it. Looking back up at Yuri, her expression nearly makes me spew out the food in laughter. She looks crossed between mortified and happy, her face flaming. Oh my god, you're turning her into a hot pepper, man. She's going bright red. This is super tasty, Yuri. Thanks for the food. Oh, I love it.
You're welcome. But next time, you can use the chopsticks yourself.
Fair enough. By the way, weren't you gonna say something, Sayori? Oh, I know what she was gonna do. Oh, that hurts.
It's nothing.
She looks down and fidgets with the rice ball in her hands. Really? Come on, you can tell us what's up.
I forgot. Anyway, what you thinking about, Monica?
Hey, Holy Frog, how's it going? Used to look at this game and thought it was all innocent. When I went down the rabbit hole, I realized, oh my god, this is not what I thought it was. I mean, yeah, original Doki Doki is very deceptive if you're not paying attention to the download tags. But we are playing a mod of that, so we don't get to the crazy, computer glitchy stuff. So she forgot, huh? Normally I wouldn't let it go so easily, but since Yuri and Monica are here... Fluffy mod for fun times and healing from the trauma. Huh? Sorry, I kinda zoned out back there. What did I miss? Yuri shared some of her lunch with me.
And he said it was good.
Surprisingly, Yuri looks quite pleased with herself now. Oh, and she fed it to me.
Please don't talk about that. It's so embarrassing.
Looks like Yuri's really coming out of his shell, huh? Yuri covers her face with her hands, flustered beyond belief.
Come on, guys. Let's give Yuri a break.
Why don't you join in with the teasing, Sayori?
Because I'm a nice person. You've got us there. Plus, you never answered my question.
Right. Monica sighs and picks at a fingernail. Well, I've been trying to decide on what I'm going to be doing in the next few years. It isn't too long till we all end up graduating, so I've been trying to figure everything out. Aren't you planning to go to college, though? Yeah, I am. Despite her words, the tone of her voice sounds uncertain.
That's what I'm planning on doing as well. I've always thought that I was suited for academia.
That definitely sounds like you, Yuri. So, what about you, Baron? If you're talking about the Libitina stuff, yeah. Or whatever the thing is. Yeah. All that, yeah, it is a little darker when you really sink into it. But nothing has come of that yet. At all. And who knows if it ever will. Yeah. I mean, this game was basically more or less made by one person, so... And he's been going through his own kind of stuff, so things have been kind of put to the back burner. And again, base game Doki Doki was supposed to get some kind of addition last year, I think. Or was it this year? Something like that. We're supposed to get some kind of addition, but nothing's come up yet. Who knows? It could be a very late thing. Pandemic doesn't help. But just not rush it. Because if you rush it, it probably won't turn out good. So just gotta give him time. That's all. He is human, just like the rest of us. So what about you, Baron? Do you have any post-graduation plans yet? To be honest, I haven't really given it much thought. No, I can't say I have a solid idea of what I'll do at the moment. Fair enough. We're only second years after all. Okay, they're second year students. Never mind. So they're second year students, and then Natsuki's a first year. So now we gotta... Okay, so they're like at most 17. Okay. That's a little weird. Oh well. That really borders it. Maybe I'll check into something to do with literature. Good answer. Monica smiles playfully as she says that.
If you ever need any more literature recommendations, you can always come to me. I'd be more than happy to help prepare you for a future degree in literature.
Sounds good to me. So what about you, Sayori?
Eh? I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. Maybe a teacher?
That's a respectable profession. Inspiring the next generation. I don't know. If I had to guess, Sayori's banking on getting long vacations.
Well, I wouldn't exactly complain about the long breaks or anything.
She glances around and giggles a bit.
Maybe I could teach classes on writing poetry.
I could definitely see you as a teacher surrounded by a crowd of adorable kids. Now you have an hour for lunch. Is that just the teaching life in general? You have an hour for lunch, that's it, that's all? Or are you actually just on lunch now? Then work from 12 to 1:40 and I'm done? Ah. Okay. I like how you quoted work. Well, they have a break for 40 minutes, 20 for lunch, 20 for recess. Ah. And I was told to let them go 15 minutes early, so shrug. Well, alright. That's what they told you to do.
Baron would make a nice teacher as well, in my opinion.
Virtual supplying is the worst. Well, hopefully we get through all this and next school year it can be in-class stuff again for you. Huh. I hadn't thought of teaching as a career before. Really? How so?
As a teacher in middle or high school, I mean. You're very kind and good at listening, so I believe you'd be good at providing support for students.
You're being sarcastic. Okay. Thanks for the follow. Thank you for the follow. How you doing? Actually, here's my alert box. I want to make that bigger. It's smaller than I thought it was. Or is the right size? Because this is kind of squished for me. Yeah, I'll leave it as is. It's fine. Thanks, Yuri.
Of course. It's just my opinion, but I wanted to tell it to you.
She shyly twirls a strand of hair between her fingers as I smile at her. The chat thing isn't working for you? What do you mean? What do you mean chat isn't working for you? Hey, Aura, how's it going? Other people aren't showing up for you? That's weird. That is actually really weird. Yuri, stop playing with your hair. It's gonna fall. Yeah, my day has been going well, Aura. How's your day going? Like, Oracle's clearly here, but her name isn't showing up for me. That is really, really strange. Yeah, I still love your new giggling emote, Aura. Oh yeah, I do have a watch time. So now everyone knows how long they've has been watching the stream. I got watch time, then I have uptime. Yeah, I don't know what's going on at your end, cause it's showing up everywhere I've got my thing going. Twitch can be a bit of a... Twitch has its moments. And it doesn't make her look stupid, she's just very nervous. And playing with your hair can just be kind of something to, you know, hopefully calm you down. She shyly twirls a strand of hair between her fingers as I smile at her. While I take another bite of Yuri's lunch, the girls keep on chatting amongst themselves. Monica's right. There isn't a whole lot of time before we have to go out into the real world. We don't have forever and ever to stay like this. Provided, I don't think I'd like to stay a high schooler forever. However, that also means I'll have a lot more responsibilities to take care of. There's also the fact that it'll be tough to stay close with everyone once we all split off to find our own schools and careers. I mean, what are the chances we'll all end up doing similar things at the same place? Yeah, I don't know why you always seem to have problems with the chat box. That's just weird. I don't get it. It's like Twitch has a vendetta against just your chat box. Not that there isn't no chance of that happening between at least two of us, but you gotta admit that it's small. Makes me kinda sad to think about not being able to talk to everyone every day. Now that I think about it, what will happen between Yuri and I? No. I think it took you as writing that as a as a username. I think that's what happened there. I'm pretty sure it was trying to say Lurk BC. I'm gonna just test that out. Actually, right now, just a test, see what happens. Yep, it took the BC. Yeah, it takes the next word after it as a username. If you just do straight Lurk, it'll use your name. I'm pretty sure. Also, wow, the first thing you come up with is a princess banana hammock. Oh, good God. At this point, I'm pretty sure I want to stay close to her. Even if we end up having different interests, she's someone who I don't want to let go of.
Hey, Baron.
Huh?
You were spacing out.
Sorry about that. What were we talking about?
At this point, it's really tough to decide on big things, like our future. We have to ask permission all the time for little things. Like, we're supposed to decide on what we want to do for the rest of our lives, but we can't even go pee without asking a teacher.
That is a good point. Well, I'm sure we'll figure something out. We've got time, so let's enjoy it while we can. I suppose you're right.
We still have a year left before we really have to worry after all.
The lunch bell rings. Alright, I'll see you all in the club. They smile and wave a bit half-heartedly. Looks like that conversation brought everyone a little down. The bus rattles a bit as it trundles down the street, the plastic hanging straps swaying gently overhead. Oh, public transportation. You're always there for me. And in Japan, it's on time. Well, the subway's 100%. No, the trains, whatever, you know what I mean. The trains to Japan are, like, always on time. It's amazing. I can always count on a ride from you. Especially when meeting up with a cute, purple-haired girl at the bookstore. Ever since I got closer to Yuri, I've really been speeding through books. Having someone to read with definitely helps in making sure I finish the books, but it also hasn't felt like a chore in a while. Suddenly, the bus lets out a high-pitched whine as it eases into a bus stop. Here's where I get off. I'm not too far away from the bookstore now. There it is. And there's Yuri. I wave at her, although she doesn't see me. She's fidgeting with her hair and glancing around, presumably looking for me. After a moment, we make eye contact. She immediately smiles widely and stands up straighter.
Hi, Baron.
Hey, Yuri. Did I keep you waiting?
Oh, no. I only arrived a moment ago.
Thanks for inviting me out, by the way.
No problem. I was gonna buy something here anyway. So...
Well, let's head in then, shall we?
let's...
It's subtle, but I smell the scent of lavender and a touch of jasmine oil as she brushes past me. Once inside, that scent blends in nicely with the traces of old paper and ink emanating from the store. There's a sense of calm that envelops us the moment we step inside, bolstered by the quiet, lulling sounds of flipping pages. Plastic covers gleam from the bookshelves as we pass by, and with each and every step inside, Yuri seems to walk with a little more energy.
I haven't been here for a while now.
Really? When was the last time you were here?
I believe it was roughly a month ago, on a Sunday.
Why haven't you visited more then?
You know, it's been busy. I shouldn't be spending so much money on books, too.
She sighs quietly and runs her fingers over the spines of a nearby row of books.
I've been trying to read books online instead to save money, but being able to physically flip through pages feels so much better. It's as if I just need something tangible in my hands.
Yeah, I think I can understand that feeling. It's definitely easier to get distracted if I'm reading something online. There are a lot of books I haven't seen before in this aisle. One novel with a particularly ornately designed cover catches my eye. The Awakening? This looks like one of those books considered classic literature. Is that actually a book? I'm curious. Ooh. Yep. It is indeed. From 1899. Set in New Orleans and the Louisiana Gulf Coast. Cool. Definitely classic literature. Yuri notices me eyeing it.
Oh, are you curious about some of the novels here?
I don't know. Maybe that one over there. Why? Have you read a lot of books in this section? She pulls the copy of The Awakening out from the shelf.
Kate Chopin's The Awakening. I did read this in middle school. To be honest, I don't recall too much about the plot. Hold on, let me refresh my memory with the summary on the back cover.
Her eyes quickly flit over the words on the back, and a moment later, Yuri looks up with a smile.
Ah, yes. It's all coming back to me. This is quite the enjoyable read, from what I remember.
So, what's it about?
Well, it's considered a milestone of early feminist literature due to its social commentary and in-depth look into the main character's psyche.
Hey, Mass.
The novel is about a married woman in late 19th century New Orleans who struggles to find a place for herself in the restrictive society she lives in.
Oh, thanks for the follow.
Honestly speaking, I believe I liked the book so much because I could relate to some of the themes.
Oh? Like what?
Well, some of the most... Google help. I'm pretty sure that word is salient.
Salient.
Oh, salient. Okay. I apologize if I keep having to look up words. That is just me.
Well, some of the most salient themes are solitude and the impact of social constraints and expectations. It's easy to find yourself falling into a solitary lifestyle without societal support. In a way, detaching yourself from society can feel empowering in that you can take control over yourself away from outside influence. But it can also be quite lonely.
I can see how that theme would resonate with Yuri so deeply. She must have been a loner even in middle school. Bro.
Don't say that. The societal expectations present in that era's version of the American South all work to repress the main character's true desires and needs. Especially since the main character is a married woman who has to struggle with gender roles too.
So you can relate some of the expectations in the book society to our society then?
Of course, modern-day society isn't as oppressive as the Victorian-era society. But still, there will always be social norms that people would be hard-pressed to disobey. And at any rate, Japanese society is rather restrictive in comparison to other countries.
You got that right. When I was a kid, I really wanted to move to America because of how freeing it seemed. Country of rock and roll, right?
I don't know about that. But it's definitely a more individualistic culture. Anyway, The Awakening is a beautifully written book. I'd recommend it if you wanted to read a critique of society, although the ending is quite depressing. Oh, was that a spoiler?
Nah, you're good. If you're gonna recommend the book this passionately, then I guess I gotta give it a shot. I take the copy of the novel from Yuri and turn it over in my hands.
I'll be looking forward to hearing what you think about it.
We continue strolling around the bookstore some more, this time looking for a book for Yuri. She pauses at a display and flips through a paperback book with a black cover. What's that book?
Battle Royale. I assume you've heard of it before?
Yes, Battle Royale, the original Hunger Games. Yeah, I actually read a bit of it before. I never finished it, though. Speaking of rock and roll in America, the main character in it is pretty obsessed with the US. Although I'm guessing you already know that? Or know that already?
Well, I'm embarrassed to admit I've never gotten to reading it before. There are just too many books I need to read.
How about we read it together then? Yes, nothing says quality time like reading a book about children murdering each other. Nope, Battle Royale. She picked up Battle Royale and hasn't read it yet, and we're suggesting let's read it together. Yuri also recommended us to read The Awakening by Kate Chopin. So that was fun. We were drawn in just by the ornate cover. She gave us how it's about, about societal expectations for women in the American South and how it could potentially relate to nowadays. how it's just a well-written book in general. So we picked that up. Yeah, the wiki makes it sound good.
I like that.
I didn't like Mary Wollstonecraft, though, so who knows? Eh. Hey, you never know. If you ever just see a copy somewhere, maybe give it a quick read-through or something. She smiles shyly, her eyes twinkling behind her bangs. And with that, we leave for the front counter to purchase our books. The sun's blindingly bright outside, with contrasts against the chilly nature of the air.
Would you like to get something to eat?
Sure, there's a bakery nearby that's pretty good. They even serve tea. The last time I went there, I had black tea.
Oh, that sounds lovely. Feel free to lead the way.
Within a few minutes, we're standing in front of the bakery. Through the glass storefront, we can see rows upon rows of pastries and breads. As we enter, a wave of warm air carrying the scent of sweets and teas wash over us.
It smells wonderful in here.
If you weren't hungry before, you'd definitely be hungry now. Plus, they even have oolong tea here.
Really? I suppose I know what I'll be getting.
I think I'll have a cup as well. As we approach the counter to order our drinks, the brownies on display once again catch my eye. You know what? I think I'll have a brownie too. I grab a tray and a pair of tongs to choose my own pastries. Yuri follows behind, hesitantly grabbing a tray of her own. Are you getting anything else to eat?
I think I'll have a small slice of vanilla cake.
By the time we finish grabbing our food, the line's cleared up. A rando cashier. Hi, would that be all for you? I'll have some oolong tea as well as this brownie. The cashier quickly rings me up, while another worker bustles away in the background to prepare the tea. And your order, miss? Yuri sets her tray down on the counter with a clatter. Her voice is barely audible.
Yes, I'll have the oolong tea and a slice of vanilla cake.
Excuse me? Could you repeat that?
I'll have the oolong.
Her voice wavers as red creeps up her face, and she glances desperately between me and the cashier. Should I do something? Choice time. Do I just order for her because she's too nervous, or just let her try to get it out? I mean, when we saw Natsuki in the streets way back near the beginning of Act 2, we did kind of push her to approach her. She was ready to just walk away and ignore it, so... She's just very socially anxious. but we gotta break her out of that shell a little bit. I feel like ordering for her is just a little rude. It's like, yeah, actually, she'll have this. Maybe she'd appreciate it in the short term, but in the long term, it's not gonna do her any favors. What's chat thinking right now? Chat thinking we order for her or let her order? I mean, do we think Yuri is a kinky bit? What the fuck? What? Does she want us to order? Oh my god. You already know her order, so I think ordering for her is a good idea. Yeah, but she also hasn't said, can you do this for me? She is trying, she's just very quiet. Also, we know she has knives, so... Oh my god. Jesus Christ. You know where I stand on the matter? Yeah, okay, yeah. And ordering for it would be less embarrassing in general. Save and see what happens. I mean, I did save, so... But letting her order would let her be more herself, because, I mean... Just looking back at the other stuff, when she was carrying textbooks that she, I think, clearly might have been having a little trouble with, she was adamant that she didn't want our help. And we just let her be. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the order. Let her do it. I can go back and do the order for her another time. Let her order. I don't want to impose and assume that Yuri can't do anything for herself. Well, to be fair, it does seem like she wants me to help her. But I don't want to act like her dad or anything. Either way, Yuri seems to have picked up on the fact that I'm reluctant to step in. I attempt to smile in an apologetic, yet encouraging way, but she only affords me a single glance before looking down. Oh, this is so weird. Oh. Come on, Yuri, you gotta do it. You just gotta. You gotta break out of your shell. You're just talking to a cashier.
But I get... oolong tea and a slice of vanilla cake.
She rushes through the last half of her sentence, slurring her words together. Fortunately, the cashier seems to be able to make out what she's saying this time. Alright, I'll have your teas done in just a minute. Just as the cashier said, it only takes about a minute or so until our teas are ready. Yuri avoids eye contact as we pick up our cups of tea. With our food in hand, we make our way over some tables to sit down at. As we walk, she keeps her head ducked down and her eyes steadily trained on the floor. Hey, Yuri.
Yes?
Are you alright?
Yeah. I'm fine. It's just that...
She starts playing with her hair, stroking it quickly. Don't worry about what happened.
How can I not? I'm completely socially inept.
Hey, it's probably worse in your head than it actually was in real life, you know? And besides, you can just keep on practicing.
That doesn't stop me from feeling ashamed of myself.
It's alright to feel that way, Yuri. It might be hard now, but I'm sure you'll get better at it over time. You just need to work at it, little by little. Still a bit shaken, she takes a deep breath to calm herself.
I suppose you're right.
You might not be as good as talking to people as Monica is, but hey, who is? Yuri glances down, tearing tiny pieces of a paper napkin apart.
Your logic makes sense. It's just...
She takes a moment to collect her thoughts, gathering up all her litter into a neat pile.
What makes me most uncomfortable is the feeling of being judged.
You feel judged?
You know, like when the cashier looked at me with pity as I stumbled over my words.
I think Blue Skies is very, very well done. It's actually the only mod I've played myself. I've seen someone else play a different mod, and I've seen snippets of other ones. This is one I'm actually playing through myself. I played this a while ago when it first came out, but I can't remember exactly everything that happened, so it's still a little newer in my head. But I would definitely recommend Blue Skies. For sure. It's well written. They take itself seriously, and if you've played Katawa Shoujo, they were going for that feeling, and I think they did pretty well. They take itself seriously when they need to take themselves seriously, and when they want to have fun with a joke, they have fun with the joke. They strike that good balance. Yuri, I'm sure they didn't notice at all. Or if they did, they probably forgot about it already. It's like the spotlight effect, you know? When you think people notice you more than they actually do.
I know, but I can't exactly help how I feel. Regardless, I'll try to be more outgoing. Could I rely on you to help me? Not all the time, of course, but just when I'm feeling particularly flustered.
Definitely gonna play this next? Awesome. Yeah, it is very good. Gives everyone their own... Obviously gives them, you know, more character than the base game did. Like, I mean, Natsuki's actually got a character this time. Monica has more of a character other than, you know, I can control this game now. She's just a regular girl in this. There's none of the, wacky, fourth wall hijinks. You could almost say it's like what Doki Doki was supposed to be before Monica messed with it. I mean, a lot of mods try to do that. from what I understand. This one is just a lot of people were very, very hyped for it. And were really looking forward to it when it came out. Of course. Having someone to guide you always helps, no matter what you're trying to get better at.
Thank you, Baron.
She smiles sweetly at me, and I can't help but grin in return.
It's difficult to stay completely logical when my body is fully panicking. My mind goes blank, and the words get stuck in my throat when that happens. And then all I become aware of is how loudly my heart is beating, and of how hard it is to breathe.
Does this happen every time?
Well, it does when I'm nervous, or when I don't perfectly rehearse what I'm gonna say. I wish I could speak half as well as I write. If I could do that, I'd be speaking much more often.
Morning, Nichols. How's it going? Well, that's the second person today that's misspelled friends. Dang. I didn't know it was that bad for her. Yuri, you're eloquent enough when you talk to me, at least. And with practice, before you know it, you'll be speaking in the same way to everyone else, too.
Well, I hope so. I'm sorry for bringing the mood down with this subject.
No, you're totally fine. I want to know more about you, and that goes for both things you like and dislike about yourself. And from what I know about you, there's not much to dislike.
I don't know about that. But your continual support is ever appreciated.
Don't mention it. With the conversation reaching its natural conclusion, we finally dig into our respective sweets. The inside of my brownie is moist and thick, the sweetness not too overwhelming. I look around while savoring my bite, chewing at a slow pace. Although the streets are still dotted with people here and there, the foot traffic has started to lighten up. When I look back at Yuri, I catch her looking at me, her eyes filled with curiosity. Once she realizes she's been caught staring, she sheepishly turns red in an admission of guilt.
I'm sorry, Baron. I didn't mean to...
Relax. It's nothing to apologize for. Embarrassed, she glances away from me. Somehow, I get the feeling she wants to say something, but is too shy to say it. As I muse over Yuri's thoughts, I pop another piece of brownie in my mouth. How's the cake, Yuri?
Oh, it's a bit sweet, but very light. I'm assuming you're enjoying the brownie, judging by the smile on your face.
She covers her mouth with a hand as she giggles. Okay, you caught me. The brownie's really good.
I see.
Hey, Brozard, how's it going? Not really a spoopy game. This is a mod that just makes it a regular visual novel. There's no random hangings happening. Just for the shock factor. This is lightheartedness. I shiver as I take a sip of my oolong tea. Man, the sweetness of the brownie really makes the tea that much more bitter. Nothing but good, wholesome feels. Hell yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have ordered it. Yuri sneaks several more looks at me as I continue eating. Does she want something? And I've heard it's a great game and more an exploration of depression. I'm not sure how accurate it is, but I don't need that in my life right now. Yeah, fair. What's up?
Uh, nothing. Actually, could I try a bit of your brownie?
It's really pretty cute how flustered she can get. Of course. But only if I get to try some of yours. I can almost swear that there's a cheeky glint in Yuri's eye as she swaps our trays around for a moment. Yuri's cake is quite light, with a very understated sweetness to its fluffy interior. Huh, this cake is pretty good. Way less sweet than the brownie, though, so I don't know if you'll like mine. She pops a chunk of the brownie in her mouth as I say that. Man, her eyes are really lighting up. I didn't really expect her to have such a sweet tooth. And I take it back. You clearly like the brownie a lot.
Well, the inclusion of dark chocolate does cut through that sweetness a bit. It's very dense and rich, though.
You got that right. We continue enjoying the food and each other's company, slowly passing the day away. After a while, she smiles, tracing the rim of her teacup with a finger.
I've really enjoyed our time here today, Baron. This is a lovely little bakery as well. I'll have to revisit it on my own time.
Thank Natsuki and Sayori for introducing me to this place.
Oh, you came here together with them?
Nah, I just happened to see them eating here a while back.
Ah, I see.
But yeah, we should definitely come back here again sometime.
Yes, that'd be nice.
With our food finished, we get up and throw away our trash. Hey, you want to catch the bus? I think one should be coming around soon.
That sounds like a good idea.
We settle down on the bus stop's bench, sitting close together, but not too close. I nervously tap my fingers on my knee. Looks like I've run out of things to say. But surprisingly, Yuri saves the day by speaking up.
Today has gone by much faster than I expected. It seems like only an hour ago that I left my house for the bookstore.
She shifts the books in her bag and smiles down at them. Guess that means it was pretty fun then.
I suppose so.
Peering down the road for a moment, I spot a glaring set of headlights slowly growing closer. Hey, looks like the bus is here. It stops with a low hiss, and I motion for Yuri to get on ahead of me. Fortunately, it doesn't look too crowded. There should be plenty of seats for us to sit together.
Yeah!
Suddenly, Yuri stumbles on the steps leading into the bus, falling onto her hands and knees and causing her books to tumble out of her bag. I futilely reach out to grab her, but I'm not close enough to reach her in time. A few people peer around curiously to look for the source of the commotion. Yuri quickly stands, her face flushed. As she scrambles to shove the books back in her bag, I reach down to help her. Here, let me help you. You okay, Yuri?
I'm fine.
the last of the books in her bag, we finally enter the bus. Yuri speeds over to the first seat she sees and sits down, keeping her head down as if avoiding the stares from the other passengers. Yeah, I mean, that's just embarrassing whether you have any kind of social anxiety or not. Just tripping in front of everyone and them looking over. Ugh. I get secondhand embarrassment from that. She adamantly continues to stare out the window as I slide into the seat after her. Or slide in the seat after her. Ugh. You sure you're alright?
Other than my bruised pride and soul-crushing embarrassment? Yes, I'm fine.
Despite her words, I notice a wince breaking across her face.
Well, actually,
Yuri shifts her bag off her legs and gingerly touches her knees.
I believe that I scraped my knees.
She's wearing black leggings as usual, so her knees are covered up, but that material has got to be pretty thin. I'm surprised she didn't tear her leggings just that tiny little bit, like just a small little hole. Then again, what do I know about leggings? I don't actually know how durable they are. Anyone that wears leggings in chat, care to, you know, chime in? Of how easy they are to actually, you know, get holes in from falling. Or from just, like, maybe even the washing machine or dryer. Oh, they do rip easily? Unless they're kind with fleece lining, the rip... Okay. Okay, so weird. Okay, so weird, then. Huh. Maybe... Oh, maybe Yuri actually does have one with fleece lining. It is getting colder out, I think. Potentially. Halloween did just happen. Yeah, Halloween did just happen, so the weather would be colder. I mean, Natsuki's wearing a full coat now. Sayori's wearing a sweater, so yeah, maybe she got some fleece-lined leggings then. Maybe that's why they didn't rip a bit. I don't doubt you got a bit banged up back there. Oh, that was a pretty bad spill you took. Her face grows redder as I say that. Whoops. Guess I should probably not try to embarrass her even more. Do you want me to take a look at it? Yes, in the middle of the bus, she's gonna roll up her leggings so you can look at her knees. Might be thick leggings. Yeah, T-H-I-C-C. Thick.
No!
Her sudden outburst startles me a bit.
Sorry. I just meant that it's fine. I'll just check it when I get home and bandage it as needed.
Alright, if you're sure.
Sorry.
For what?
Well, for one thing, shouting at you just now.
Hey, it's alright. I know you didn't mean anything by it.
Even so.
She bites her lip and runs her hands through her hair.
You also had to help me pick everything back up. And...
Yuri, you have nothing to apologize for. As your friend, I like helping you out when I can. All this stuff is really no bother to me, so it's all good. If I ever do have a problem with anything, I promise I'll tell you, okay? So you don't have to stress out over any hidden meanings in my words, because there won't be any.
I get it. This has been so embarrassing.
You just had an unlucky day today is all. Try not to worry about it too much.
Easier said than done.
Yuri mutters this last statement to herself, probably intending for me to miss it. The conversation fades out after this, leaving us simply watching the scenery blur by outside. Although we're not talking, it doesn't feel awkward between us. Just sitting here together like this, it's simple but enjoyable. After a while, though, I decide to break the silence. It's nice to physically be with Yuri, but I want to continue to getting to know her better too. By the way, it seems like exams are coming up. You had a conversation about this on the fucking roof, dude.
It seems like we've been talking about them more and more lately.
Sorry. We can talk about something else if you want.
No. It's only natural it'd come up in conversation. After all, we are students.
Yeah. I think I've just been thinking about them more often because I think things will go well for me this time.
And why's that? Not to imply you always do bad in them or anything.
I raise an eyebrow and smirk at her. Oh, really? You know, I may not be as smart as you are, but I know how to read books real good too. I know how to read books real good too. I think the more grammatically correct is I know how to read books real well. I think. I could also just be wrong and pulling that out of my ass. I don't know. One professor in college when we were writing a technical manual, she was very, very adamant. She was very, very adamant about the difference between saying you are doing good and you are doing well. It's like doing good is an action, I think, and well is how you actually feel or something like that. I can't remember. She always used to ask people that in the middle of class, or like just before class. It's almost like a kind of test kind of thing, just to see if we're getting it or not. Hell, the first assignment we technically had, that wasn't really an assignment, just something to break us in, was, here's a dime. Tell me about this dime. Describe it. And every word we used to describe it saying, no, that's wrong. You're not describing it technically. You're just giving observations, like saying it's bumpy and shiny. She was an interesting character, I'll say the very least. Batman does good. Everyone else does well. Okay. And no need for the real, you know.
You had to read books good too.
That's how I remember anyways? Okay. Hey, if it helps you remember, it helps you remember. Yuri's brow furrows in consternation for a moment as she processes my words. I know I fucking read that word before, and I always trip up on it.
You know that...
She pauses, looking like she's finally catching on.
Oh, Baron.
So you're finally learning to read my sarcasm, eh? We start chuckling a bit together. Yuri's the first one to stop, although I soon I soon follow suit.
I suppose that's how everyone thinks of me, though.
Huh? What do you mean? You don't mean that you're humorless or something, right? Yuri's mouth tightens when I say that.
That's not what I was getting at, but now that you've mentioned it...
Yuri, you have a perfectly good sense of humor. But thinking about it, she isn't a particularly funny person, is she? She's sweet, but she's also more serious than humorous. Either way, it doesn't matter if you're funny or not. You're fine just the way you are. I can't read Yuri's expression. Is she alright? Is she upset? Hey, Darkness, welcome in. How's it going? She is huggable? Yes. All of these girls are huggable in their own way. I say Yuri is huggable just because of how shy and timid she can be. Sayori, because oh my god, how could you not hug the cinnamon bun? Natsuki, because I had just the reaction she would make to someone hugging her before, just like, you know, ugh, fine, and just going in with it and accepting it. And then Monica's just Monica. I don't really got a specific reason why. It's just like, yeah, cool. I don't know. The three other girls, yeah, there's reasons why I believe they are huggable.
Somehow, I don't believe the first thing people think when I come to mind is funny.
Yuri? Oh, thanks for the follow. And yeah, I changed my my follow notification. Now it's now a gif of Misha from Katawa Shoujo laughing. Yuri?
Baron, what characteristics do you think define me?
She's really putting me on the spot here. Well, you're pretty smart for one thing.
I see.
Like, I'm sure you'll ace all of your exams without much effort.
That's what my teachers usually say to me as well.
Why does she seem upset about this? So, what's the problem?
You wouldn't think that there's a problem, right? And yes, it does feel nice to be praised in this way. But it also causes people to carry certain expectations for me.
Certain expectations? You mean things like people always thinking you'll do on... like people always thinking you'll do great on tests?
Yes, to an extent. Getting signaled out for a specific trait does nothing but color others' perception of you.
But everyone always labels everyone else? It's not like being associated with specific characteristics is a unique thing. Otherwise, how else are people going to describe each other? If you are smart, am I not supposed to point it out?
Well, that's true. I should have been more precise in my wording. What I mean is having one specific thing that perpetually identifying you. Take Sayori, for instance. How would you describe her?
I guess I'd say she's sunny? Like, super cheerful and bubbly.
And that's how you always think of her, then?
Well, I guess so. Where are you going with this?
Don't you think that she ever feels unhappy, though? Or to be more exact, emotions other than happiness?
Huh? I mean, maybe, but I've never seen her unhappy before. She's only ever smiled around me. Did she say something to you about feeling bad?
Don't worry, it's nothing like that. I was just using her as an example. But you see, right? How thinking of someone in a certain way changes the thought processes that are related to them?
I guess so. Jeez, it's kind of weird, thinking about Sayori being sad.
And that's precisely why I chose her as an example for you.
Kinda feel bad now for thinking of Sayori like that.
To return to our original subject, I can feel the same way about being called smart. Not only does it cause people to think of me two-dimensionally, but it also turns me into a subject of comparison. I'm always expected to behave in a certain way, or to possess certain qualities.
And that pressure is the part that bothers you the most?
Yes, you could say that. But I don't know but I don't...
Damn it! I'm fucking up here. As always. Mouth's also watering like crazy.
Whenever I don't know something, it makes me feel that much more like a failure. It's stupid, I know. No pun intended.
I chuckle a bit at the last statement, causing her to return a wan smile. A wan smile? What? A wan... Is that a screw up or is that actually a thing? I've never heard of a wan smile. Oh, it is a thing. Okay. WAN is a thing. Not wide area network, damn it. Faint. Okay, a weak. She's giving a weak smile. Yuri, it's not stupid. I'm pretty sure a lot of people feel the same way, especially other students who are always labeled as smart. Well, I'm just a normal guy myself, so no one's ever really associated me with anything in particular. But I'm sure if you talk to Monica about this, she'd be able to relate a lot.
Maybe.
She sighs, brushing the hair out of her eyes.
I don't want people to keep seeing me in this way. But at the same time, if people were to stop thinking of me as intelligent, it would paradoxically make me feel... It's hard to describe.
Would it make you feel like you lost something special?
You could say that.
The window beside us reflects Yuri's pensive expression as a pale ghost in the glass.
Other than being called intelligent, I don't have too much going on for me. But then again, if I were so smart, I wouldn't keep acting so illogically all the time.
Yuri squeezes her hands into fists, pressing her fingernails into her palms so forcefully that they leave little pale half-moons in her skin. I can only imagine what she's thinking about right now. She's probably running through all her perceived missteps and blunders. Well, I think you're wrong about something.
About what?
I don't think you act illogically at all. The way you act is... human. Yuri turns to me with a bemused expression on her face. All your idiosyncrasies, all the things you do well in, all the mistakes you make, everything adds up to create an unmistakably human persona. And you're not simply human either. You're a gentle and kind-hearted person. I mean, you recently took care of me when I was sick. When I first joined the club, you took the time to make sure I was enjoying myself too. I didn't realize you felt that way about being called smart, and I'm sorry if I kind of bought into that deception of you. But just know that you're more than smart to me. You're considerate, insightful, complex, and you're a good chef to boot.
Baron. Anyway, you're a lot of things.
But at the end of the day, to me, you're Yuri. I don't know where I was going with that spiel, but I'm kind of proud of myself for ending it so well. Yeah, been there, buddy. You just kind of go on a tangent. It's like, where the hell am I going with this? Let's hope she found my monologue inspiring as well. Nope, have not heard of it. Also not very good at bullet hells, so I generally don't play them, unfortunately. I don't exactly have great reflexes. She'd gotten very still while I was talking, seemingly listening intently to my words. And now, well, she's blushing, so that's gotta be a good sign. As Yuri looks up to smile at me, I'm dazzled by her sparkling eyes.
Thank you, Baron. I don't know what to say.
Hey, I'm just telling you the truth.
I'm glad to have someone like you beside me.
Now it's my turn to blush. It's all good. As we approach Yuri's stop, we sit in companionable silence for a bit.
Baron.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you've realized, but exams are coming up.
Yuri? Making a joke. Wow, seriously? That's the first I've heard of it. She smiles indulgently as I play along.
I was thinking, why don't we study together?
Hey, that's actually a really great idea. You can come over to my house after school, and we can study together. Well, I don't know how much I can help you, but I'd certainly benefit from your help. Yuri nods and opens her mouth to speak, but pauses when she realizes the bus is at her stop.
Looks like I'm getting off here then. I'll message you about the details later.
I get up to let her through. Once in the aisle, she steps towards the exit, but then stops to turn back to me.
Goodbye, Baron. I hope you have a pleasant evening.
See you at school. She smiles, then disappears into the darkness outside. That was sweet. The game can make me smile. It's doing a good job. Oh, that's right. I'll leave that open for later, so I'll just make a separate save. Alright, I'm gonna call it there for today. I think that's just a good spot to leave off on. A little kind of warm and fuzzy kind of moment. I've really enjoyed that a lot. Yes, I got secondhand, you know, embarrassment from her falling before getting on the bus. But hey, got into a nice little deep talk. I like stuff like that. I like it a lot. It's also semi-relatable, maybe, in a way. Okay, so... I don't have anyone on my follow list here that's live right now. Anybody got someone we could throw a raid to? I am open to a few suggestions. If not, that's okay. Can always just skip the raid. Where are we here? Oh, okay. Let's... Okay, let's... Yeah, sure, why not? Why not? Let's throw the raid to them. Alright, so backslash raid. Alright, yep, we're gonna throw everyone over there. See some Assassin's Creed. Some, which one? Odyssey, yep. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Alright, so. Yeah, give them a bunch of love. Why not? Enjoy the time. Thanks, everybody, for coming, commenting, lurking, watching, all that. I very, very much appreciate it. I appreciate the follows I got today as well. Tomorrow, 10 o'clock EST, we'll be back with more of this, continuing from where we left off. So I hope everyone has a good day. I'll see you next time.